Hey everybody, it's Julie from Center Diamond, and this is what's new at Center Diamond. I'm showing you over my shoulder here the quilt we did with the flannel that I showed you on July 22nd, the imprint from Northcott, and it's all flannel. So this is a twin size piece, and it is 74.5 by 84, 87. And the kit's $128.95 for everything that's in everything that you see, no backing. So anyway, that's available if you're interested, and that's the way it turned out. It turned out beautiful. Chris did the beautiful quilting, and Patty did the beautiful piecing. So anyway, we'll head back over now, and we'll do the scan of everything else. So I'll let Beth start there. We've got some new tonals from Timeless, and we have Batiks from Hoffman, tonals from QT, Batiks from Banyan, a cute new florally flannel line from Lewis and Irene with some panels that are not flannel, and then a nice little beachy group from Windham called Rocky Coast. And so that's where we'll start today. This is Rocky Coast from Windham, and we have this, and it's $15.95. We have this cute little scenic group as the sort of the base of the group, which is a cream background, sort of golds, greens, blues, and then the red lighthouse in there. There's little buoys coming off of the house. Let's see if there's anything else in there that I'm not seeing. Cute little boardwalk thing. It's a real cute overall piece. Whoops, that's D613, again, $15.95. And to go with that is a whole bunch of stuff. So we have seagulls on a blue background. There's a tiny touch of gold in their beak. Otherwise, this is pretty much like a blue and white piece. D614. Then we have whales. So we've got whales. Oh, and there's a little sea lion or seal. I don't know. I'm bad at telling the difference, everybody. Little fish and some kelp going up there with those whales. D615. And then we have an undersea look here. It looks like this is running the length of the fabric. Kelp, sand dollars, all kinds of growy things, shells. This is a green background with some blues, creams, and some yellows in there. But mostly it looks green, D616. Then we have a darker green here with crabs, sand dollars, little oysters, and then again this gold keeps showing up here in the sort of bubbles. I guess that's a little sand dollar. That gold is in there too. D617. And this cute little piece, oh god, I love this. So it's like a dark charcoal. I don't think it's blue. It looks like to me it's a charcoal-y kind of a thing, not pure black. And then the little buoys are like in this line, so it would make a great stripy binding, which is really cute. But the little buoys are so cute. D618. D619 has little boats. We have sort of a nice aqua background. The boats are running selvage to selvage, and it's that sort of blue, gray, and red in there, again with that little bit of gold that's in there, and they are running again selvage to selvage. D619. And then the two tonals that go with this group, they are $15.15 a yard. This is from Nature Study that Windham does, and this one has a little tiny flower in there, but I bought it mostly because it was sort of the same gold that we find in that same group that pops out that color. So that's D620, again $15.15. And then they did another piece in Nature Study that is minty green with a little bit of green on the top, making this sort of netting, and I thought it looked cute. It's the same green that's in there, or that green is in there, and it also, I think it looks a little bit like netting, which is kind of fun. So D621, $15.15 for that, $15.95 for the prints. Then from Lewis and Irene, we have this nice flannel line, and it's nice to have a flannel line that isn't just baby, so I thought this would be nice. This is a light blue with these two darker blues in here and a variety of flowers. That's D622, and this line is $15.95 from Lewis and Irene. That's sort of the main piece. Then we've sort of got these flowers that are lined up in a stripy motif going across. Looks like a little Queen Anne's lace, a butterfly, a moth, and some little ferns, and the same colors in there of the various colors of blue. D623. And this one is more of a packed floral. Again, it looks Queen Anne's lacy to me. That same light blue is in there in the background, and little lined flowers in there, the dark lined flowers. Oh, there's a butterfly in there too. D624. And then on a very dark blue background, oh, that might be the same motif, only in a dark blue background. In fact, it is. And then the packed flowers are a variety of line drawings around those, or the lighter blue. And that is D625. And then they do their little bumbleberries line for tonals, which is these overlapping dots that they do, sort of an organic size. This is the medium blue, D626, for a tonal to go with these, or the lighter blue, which is very pretty all on its own. Bumbleberries, lighter blue, D627. So those are $15.95. Those are the flannels from Lewis and Irene. And then they did two fun panels. D628. This is the big one that is $16.25. So they've done one that says happy birthday on one side and let's celebrate on the other. We're still trying to decide how we want to use this. Chris had the idea of doing like a pillowcase because it's a yard panel. So you could have a fun pillowcase for somebody on their birthday. We're not sure. We're still working on it. So there's that side. I'll show you this one so you can see how it works. Let's celebrate. Is that upside down? There's the happy birthday. So you can see there's a little cut line down the middle, which is pretty fun. So again, this is 36 by 44, $16.25 for the panel. Have any ideas of how to use it? Let us know. There's that one. And then they did a bunting panel, D629. It spells out happy birthday. We'll be making this up as a sample, of course. And I have many bolts of this because people always want a happy birthday banner that's generic. We're going to try to make it as gender neutral as possible. And so this one is $11.50 for this one. This is a 2/3 yard panel. And so we're going to pick something that looks good for the stringer and something fun for the back, whimsical for the back. So we have that too, D629. And those are both from Lewis and Irene. Then we have Banyan Batiks with this cool pattern. I don't know, this is a piece I used for the picture for the event today. There's like a little hourglass in the center, and then this little, it's almost like a cutter foil design. And then these lines are running every which way. This is sort of black with like creamy lines. It goes creamy into this sort of almost white. It's just a really interesting design. I hadn't seen it before and I thought that was kind of fun. D630. These are $15.75. We have the same design in this golden yellow, which is pretty fun. The hourglass is a little harder to find. The contrast is not as contrasty as it is with that black one, but really pretty color, and again, nice design, D631. And then sort of in those same colors, in this little viney line running the length of the fabric, is this sort of almost looks like sticks or something. Gold with a lighter background that it pulls out some blues in there as well. Bluey green, I suppose. So there's that one in the yellowish, D632. And then they did a black one. Blacky, kind of blacky blue. The motif is a little harder to see on this one. Those lines are a little bit more blue on the little sticks. The background is a very deep, deep blue. D633. Again, those are $15.75. Then we have these tonals from QT. These are all digital, of course. I just thought this looked really interesting. Blacks, grays, sort of a buff color, some gold, some deep golds and browns in here. This is just a really cool piece. It'll go with all kinds of interesting things. D634, these are $14.95. And then this line, this is their line of basics. This is called Storm Washed, this line is. And we have it in 3 colorways. I did the black, sort of gold, what am I saying, black. Do they have no, they don't have a color name. So we're gonna call it black. So you can see that it's very organic looking. It has sort of these little spots. It looks like somebody's done some ink drawing or spilled ink or something. D635, $14.95, that's the black one. I'm going to call that the green one. You can see the design a little bit better on this one, how it does look sort of like ink spots. So there's everything from this sort of bright green down to a very, very deep, deep green. D636. And then in the blue one, again, you can see the design a little bit better. There's some bright turquoise in there down into a very deep blue and all the things in between. There's sort of little veins running through there. And that is D637. And then 3 Hoffman Batiks that are in this particular motif with leaves. This background is black with this terracotta, deep golds. It's really pretty. These are more fall tones. It's getting to be that time. D638. This is $14.95 with the black and I guess burgundy or gold. I don't know what these colors are. Terracotta. That's that one. This is the same motif with a blue background. And then this has some brown, some of that buff, a little bit of pink, and again, some gold orange colors in this one. But the background on this one is, blue. D639. And then again, same motif, only in a variety of greens. So everything from light green and this back green, it goes into a little bit of a sagey olivey green, a little bit of everything in there. D640. And again, those are $14.95 from Hoffman. And then real quick, we've got 2 new textures from Timeless Treasures. Excuse me, 1 texture from Timeless Treasures. And again, it's a linen look. Everybody seems to be doing a linen look, but it's not linen, 100% cotton, regular. This is a sort of a nice pale green, D641, and these are $14.95. So we got this green, and then we have this nice little light turquoise. So hopefully you can see the texture in there. It's kind of wrinkly. Hopefully you can see the texture in there is a nice linen texture. D642, Timeless Treasures, $14.95. And that's it. I had a lot of fabric this week. I don't know what's coming, but but you know the drill. You can give us a call at 888-305-0854. We're open 11 to 5 every day. We'll see you next Thursday at 4:30.